Hey everybody, so today I'm out here at the Mini dealership again because, as some of you are aware, Mini has a lot of 8-speed automatics in their cars now. In fact, the John Cooper Works Hardtop and convertible now come with an 8-speed automatic instead of the original 6-speed automatic. They'll still have 6-speed manuals in them at some point, which will be March of next year, but they have 8-speed automatics. Well, the Countryman has an 8-speed automatic, and there's a Clubman down there with an 8-speed automatic. So I wanted to do a video here, since the GP3 is also going to have an 8-speed automatic, do a video on the 8-speed automatic and how it drives in each car. The driving dynamics are completely different between the cars. The weight of the vehicle has a factor in that as well. So I'm going to take all three of these out, and I'm going to do similar settings with all three of them, so that you guys get a general idea of what it's like to drive this car, or to drive these cars. And to make it more interesting, I'm going to do point of view driving for the first part of the drive with each variation, followed by my opinions of it in a regular video setting. What you're going to see is you're going to see a point of view version from driving it in regular mode, not changing the settings of the shifter at all. Then you're going to see it in sport automatic mode, where I just pop the shifter over into sport automatic. And then you're going to see it in manual shift mode, where I'll actually use the paddle shifters. So to keep things consistent, all three cars are going to have the dynamic traction control activated, and all three will have sport mode on as well. That's to give me a good baseline here for you all, so you know my opinions of all three, and it's consistent. I want to keep this as consistent as possible. Let's get on with it. I'm going to go get into this car, and we're going to start. Alright then, so I just drove this car in the normal automatic. This is the 2020 Mini John Cooper Works Hardtop. So I had the shifter in regular 8-speed automatic, and I had the car in sport mode with the traction control shut off. So my overall impressions, pretty good. Very comfortable, very nice, shifted very well, drove very well, no real complaints. It drives like a very well thought out car. So I think Mini had the right idea by putting the 8-speed automatic into the hardtop, as it made the car a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun. The extra gears also, I think, helps if you want to add more power to this. So already this car is blisteringly quick. So we're going to head back to where I started, and I'm going to switch the shifter to sport automatic, and we're going to repeat this. And then the last one we'll do will be with the paddle shifters. So I'm going to do this with all three cars, so just so you know, that's what I'm going to be doing, and then I'll relay to you everything about the vehicle, my thoughts on it. So otherwise, I like the 8-speed automatic. In regular automatic mode, it shifts incredibly well. Now, if you saw in one of my previous videos, the video I actually did on this car when I reviewed it, you saw that I mentioned that I prefer, if you're going to drive this car around the city, drive it in regular automatic mode. If you're going to do it on the highway or the track, obviously use the sport automatic, because it's very high revving because it has all those extra gears. It's very high revving. So not a terrible thing, but a little awkward if you want to drive around town but don't want to annoy the neighbors with the high revs. And it typically wants to stay in second gear when it's doing that. Now, if you're on the highway, it's a different story. That's driving the car with the sport automatic, sport mode in the driving modes, and traction control off. So that was pretty fun, but as you might have heard when I got onto the highway, I didn't quite floor it up enough, so the car just kind of held itself in second gear until it finally shifted. That's the one complaint I've had with this transmission in the John Cooper Works, is that it tends to do that for some strange reason, only on the 228 horsepower version. But only when you're driving slow. If you're driving fast, it's perfectly fine. All in all, that was pretty good. I like the Sport Automatic. I think it shifts very well when you're flooring it. If you're driving slow, don't put it in Sport Automatic. You're not going to get anywhere. Or you will, but you'll sound like a, what's the term? A yob? But highway driving and track driving, the 8-speed automatic in sport mode, phenomenal. I think it's really good that way. So now the next thing I'm going to try here shortly, as soon as I get off the highway again, is I'm going to put the car in manual shift mode, and we'll see how things go with that. So that should be a different scenario altogether, because now I actually have to paddle shift it myself. So you're going to get to see my inability to paddle shift a car. All right then, drove it in manual shift mode. Pretty fun. I must say, when you're entering the highway and you have to manually shift it from the paddles, it makes things a little bit more interesting as far as getting on the highway, because it just seems like you're really like going around a corner a lot faster for some strange reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because you want to make sure you're in the right gear. I don't know for sure, but that was interesting. So I don't know. If it's like that with the manual shift mode, I'm wondering how it's going to be in the other two cars when I go out and take those to do this video. So, all in all, I like the manual shifting mode. I like the Sport Automatic, and even the regular automatic is good. So, the 8-speed automatic in the front-wheel drive John Cooper Works hatchback is pretty fun, actually. It's not terrible like you would like some people were thinking it was going to be. It's actually a very good gearbox. I don't know the specifics on which gearbox this is, manufacturer-wise. I just know that Mini tends to put the good stuff in these cars when they can. And it seems to be that's the case here as well. So, we're going to hop back on the highway and head back over. I'm going to go pick up the Mini Clubman for our next section of this video. But, since we're running a little long, I think I'm going to split this up into a 3-parter. So, I want you to tune in next time when I'll do the 8-speed automatic in the Mini Clubman. So, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, life is too short to drive a boring car. So as always, drive a Mini. Okay, I think shifting my own gears on the paddles is kind of fun, actually. I wonder what this would be like in a Lamborghini. I'll catch y'all later.